Already. Amazon, meanwhile, launching its Prime Day at 3 a.m. this morning, calling it Black Friday in July. And other retailers like Walmart and Target have followed suit. Best Buy expected to get in on the action as well. Just more bad news for brick and mortar stores as Amazon gears up. Joining me right now is the former CEO of Best Buy, Brad Anderson. Brad, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Maria.
Thank you so much for joining us. So what's your take on Prime Day from Amazon?
Retailers have been doing, there used to be something called Christmas in July. I'm old enough to remember. So retailers have been trying to move the season or create a second season for as long as probably as there's been retailing. And it usually, what you'll find, Amazon as an example, it's usually the more aggressive, the best positioned retailers that are moving first on it. So it's a sign of Amazon's, I think, relative strength.
Yeah, but does it help to do these sales, or does it actually hurt margins? I mean, at the end of the day, do these things work?
It hurts margin, but that's part of the reason that aggressive retailers would do it.
They want to get more customers.
Actually, they want to use the fact that they have the leverage to be aggressive to try to pull business forward. It doesn't create a massive impact, but it does pull some business forward.
Do you sit around privately and think, we're going to get people to buy stuff that they really don't need by this cold
in July?
By this
in July, we're going to.
Because I know that tomorrow that a 42-piece fake Tupperware set's going to show up at my house because there's an Amazon deal on it today.
I'm actually sitting in the commercial
always
break.
buy stuff that I don't need because it's on sale.
Right.
It's on sale.
As we're talking about this in the commercial break, I'm thinking, well, what do I need? Well, I'm sweating. I'm like, well, I could use a new TV in that bedroom. Maybe this is a good time to go do it.
Well, the answer is yes. I mean, because we've all got more TVs than we need, and more of almost anything that we need. Look at any storage garage, or I mean, the economy is built on trying to get as much economic activity as it possibly can, and I actually think there's a healthy part of that process because that's actually where you keep jobs going for, and I mean, it actually is crucial in terms of economic growth. But no, we don't need a lot of what we own. I don't need most of what I own.
Right. So. What I find interesting is that Amazon comes out and creates this new holiday, and everybody follows suit. So it's not just an Amazon holiday. I can go to Walmart or Target or maybe Best Buy and actually get stuff on sale too.
Yeah. Well, that's because nobody in retail can afford to lose share. Because that's your future. So to cede to somebody else who's being an aggressive share, anybody with a pulse has got to jump back in, and that does deplete margins.
So what does this do to the Best Buy store that's 2 blocks away from here, across from my law office? Where
very little.
It does very little. Okay.
Yeah, because on a longer-term basis, the established retailers have sort of accommodated this. And if you move margins down a little bit for a period of time, or you move business forward for a period of time, it doesn't have any real impact.
Yeah, and Best Buy sales next week. By the way, Best Buy sales next week. They've been doing it for several years.
Brad,
let me ask you this.
Target and Best Buy have been doing these sales, the July sale, for the last several years.
Probably 50.
Wow.
So,
they're just calling it some Black Friday.
Yeah,
in July.
it could get a different name.
Meanwhile, we're coming up with all these different gimmicks to get people in the stores. How would you characterize the economy right now? How do you characterize the consumer end of things? Because everybody's counting on the consumer coming out of his or her shell in the second half.
The consumer has been insanely cautious. I mean, Americans are saving more money than they've been. They're protecting themselves. There's a lack of optimism, and that has caused a slow growth. But we are seeing slow growth. We're seeing an improved climate this summer. I can't comment about. I'm on the board of Best Buy, so I can't comment about current sales. But you clearly see it. And, you clearly see that there's an improvement but not robust growth.
But
not what you normally
what's holding people back?
They're fearful. If you look at how little real income, it's really, we're talking about all of this is competing for discretionary income, and Americans don't have more discretionary. They've got less discretionary income or a flat discretionary income to what they had. So until we get economic growth really stimulated, none of this is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Wages haven't moved in so many years. Brad, it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Brad Anderson is the former CEO at Best Buy.